It's time to go. All right. Let's see if comes up. I think I'm going. Hey everybody, I'm going to monitor my phone here. My name's Jim. This is More Sunshine, Please. It's my Tuesday night, 7:30 live stream. How's everybody doing? I just want to monitor. There it is. Popped up. There I am. It looks clear. Excellent. I'll leave that there. Welcome to the show. What do we got coming up? We're going to talk about a new festival at Epcot is coming up, and they've got musical acts coming up. So I want to talk about who's performing. We'll take a quick look at the Academy Award nominations that came out yesterday. And I want to remind everybody about the New Year, New You Loop giveaway. But first, let's check the chat. Am I ready for that? Fantastic. Let's start at the beginning. Eric Newman wins. He was first. He wins my admiration. Pam is here. Welcome. Thank you so much. D&G Explorers, hello to you. Thank you for being here. Russ Stapleton, always a pleasure. How you doing? Captain Akron 27 is also here. Thank you. Michael Riley is also here. Rob Fuzz is here, so I've got to do that for him. And Alex Brunner, did I mention you? Let's start. Welcome and thank you for being here. Let's start out with which this news broke today. I want to share my screen because well, I guess I don't need to, but let's see. Here we go. There it is. I'm going to share this. This is from WDWNT.com, and they are announcing that the child from The Mandalorian, a plush version of that is coming to Build-A-Bear workshops nationwide. That's kind of cool. Here is the CEO, Sharon Price, holding up a Baby Yoda plush. Let me read what. Let me read what they had as a statement here. Build-A-Bear CEO Sharon Price John said, "I'm excited to share we will be one of the first companies to provide the digital and internet phenomenon who is trending higher than all the presidential candidates combined. We now will have the child, also known as Baby Yoda." So let's see. Is there a... So you can kind of see... Can I zoom in much here? Wrong way, Jim. There's not a lot to see. It's not a great image. But I don't know if that's exactly what they'll be offering. Perhaps it is. Now, Build-A-Bear, I guess, has offered other Disney options before. I went to their website when I found this out to see if it was on their website at all. And it was not, but they had a whole Frozen 2 cast on there. So I guess you can build Olaf and Anna and the other one, Elsa, and the reindeer, Sven. I know them all. It just takes me a second. But I thought that was pretty cool because he's adorable, and we need more Baby Yoda, especially now that The Mandalorian the season is over, so we're not getting the new episodes now. So we need something to fill the void, and that's it, I guess. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing that. So that was pretty cool. Here's something I haven't done in a while. I haven't broken a window. So do I even still have the... so we'll go that way. All right. What else? Is there other new... Oh, Rob Fuzz is here, and I know he did a live stream announcing... They talked about the Academy Award nominations. Wait, I think I have an Academy Award nominate. There we go. I didn't get to see it yet, but I want to see it. I love movies, and I've always been interested in the Academy Award nominations. If I sound funny, it's because I think I'm getting a bit of a cold, but I'm all right. I'm just at the beginnings of it, or hopefully it won't get very bad at all. Disney Nerd Herders, welcome. Got your shirt on. Proud to wear it. Thanks for being here, everybody. Anyway, some notable things, especially here in the Disney community. Most notably, speaking of Frozen 2, it did not get a nomination for Best Feature-Length Animated Movie. Toy Story 4 did, and some other movies I've never heard of. Klaus, Missing Link, I Lost My Body. I don't know those. There's a How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World in there. I've heard of a Train Your Dragon movie. I don't know about that one, but no Frozen 2. That's surprising. My comments are frozen. Hopefully that'll come back on there. I guess I have my phone. There we go. Dances with Goofy, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. Mouse Talk, good to see you as well, coming on right after this show at 8 p.m. Please don't miss it. Here we go. I've seen a few of these movies this year. I'll just give my thoughts. I haven't seen them all, certainly. But as far as nominated films, I was very happy to see the movie Jojo Rabbit get so many nominations. It's one of the few movies I've seen on here. Jojo Rabbit was directed by Taika Waititi, who directed Thor Ragnarok. He voices a couple of droids on The Mandalorian. He was the voice in Thor Ragnarok and Avengers Endgame of Korg. And anyway, the movie was awesome, funny, touching. I've never cried at a movie before, or I still haven't. But at the end of this movie, my wife and I like to talk about the movie after we've seen it, but I couldn't talk right away because if I started talking, I think I would have cried. And it had to do, and I won't spoil anything, but the very last scene of the movie, and I won't say whether it was sad or happy tears, but it affected me, and I can't even tell you why. But I enjoyed it very much. It was, like I said, I don't get emotional during movies. I've had a lump in my throat before, but the end of Jojo Rabbit affected me like no other movie had. I can honestly say that. So I had to wait. I had to hold up a finger and then kind of laugh to myself because if I would have started talking there, I would have teared up. I would have cried, and I didn't. I didn't talk. So my record still holds strong. I guess not much of a record, but it's an amazing movie. I encourage everybody to see it. I don't want to talk too much about it. I don't want to spoil anything, but my chat on my screen is frozen, so I'm gonna have to rely on my phone. Not that I'm good at following the chat anyway, but I'll do my best. Melissa, welcome to the show. Dole Whip Dad Jeff is here. Thank you so much. Sort of feeling good to see you, and thank you. Dances with Goofy. Thank you everybody for being here. I know I don't want to give anybody ideas, but Resort TV 1 is live right now. You could be watching them. Instead, you're here with me, and I certainly do appreciate that. Continuing on with the Academy Awards. Original song. There are a couple of Disney ones. Song called I Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away from Toy Story 4 is nominated for original song, as well as Into the Unknown from Frozen 2. So Frozen 2 did get a nomination. just not in the best feature-length animated movie category. Visual effects, there are 3 Disney properties in there: Avengers Endgame, The Lion King, and Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker for visual effects. How about that? The other movies in that category are The Irishman and 1917. Worthy, I suppose. I haven't seen 1917, but I think a lot of the effects in that were practical. It had to do with the way they set up thing. I'm looking forward to seeing that movie. I understand it looks like it's all done in 1 or 2 shots, the entire movie, and I know there's some trickery involved there. They couldn't possibly do that, but the way they had to choreograph everything. I'm looking forward to seeing 1917. Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is also nominated for sound editing. In the animated short film, and these are usually things that nobody has ever seen, there's one in there called Kit Bull, and I thought that sounded familiar to me, and it's because it's on Disney Plus. Kit Bull is a Pixar short, and it's a Disney Plus original. And it's about a kitty cat and a chained up pit bull. And I haven't seen it. I don't think I've seen it. I've seen it on Disney Plus. So that's a short one. So I think I'll watch that. It's nominated for an Academy Award now. Makeup and hairstyling. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil is nominated. So that's interesting, because that's the only Disney property nominated for makeup and hairstyling. You would think one of the Marvel movies would be in there, but no. What else? That is about it for the Disney stuff. But I'm a big fan of the Academy Awards. I know they're silly, they mean nothing really, but they're fun to watch, and I'm a movie fan, so yeah. All right, so I guess I can throw this away and break another window. All right, what's next? Okay, Epcot Friday, there is a new festival starting, and it is, I think I've got a thing for this as well here. There we go. The Festival of the Arts opens up on Friday, and this is a great festival. They all are. And if you think I'm not aware of what that spells, you're wrong. That's from Bob and Ashley, really. Yeah, I toyed with the idea of going to Epcot this evening. I did not, but I may go on Friday on opening day after work. I might go there to check it out. Plus, this is the only thing I collect are pass holder magnets, and this is the one from the Festival of the Arts this year. It looks like a painted image of Mickey Mouse, and the word pass holder looks like it's hand painted as well. So that's cool. That's very different and the most artistic of the pass holder magnets. As I look at all of mine over my shoulder, yeah, they're all cool. I enjoy them very much, and they're fun to collect. But so Festival of the Arts starts on Friday. One of the joys of any of the festivals are what they do on the stage in the American Adventure. What is it? It's the what's the name of the stage? I'm gonna have to look at my chat now. But it's the American Gardens Theater, I think. If anybody can help me with that. Anyway, what they have going on, and I've actually got this. I'm going to share this as well. Why do I announce that I'm going to share a screen? Why don't I just do it? Disney on Broadway is what they have during the Festival of the Arts. So here's the Disney World website. And Walt. Okay, so Disney on Broadway, and full disclosure, I don't know a lot of these people that are performing. Let me call this up. Here's the schedule starting on Friday. Kissy Simmons and Alton Fitzgerald White. I think I've heard the name Kissy Simmons before, and I probably heard Alton Fitzgerald White. If these people performed last year, can I zoom in? Yeah, I can, but I'm going the wrong way. There we go. That's the only place I've heard these names is here. And I know all of these people, like Heidi Blickenstaff and Gavin Lee, they've performed on Broadway in a Disney production. I can't tell you which ones. I'm going to guess Newsies and Aladdin and whatever else has been on Broadway. Kara Lindsay and Kevin Massey. Anyway, this is kind of interesting, but not really, because I don't know these people. And they'll probably perform things that they've performed on stage in their Broadway shows, as well as a medley of other things from other shows. At least that's what I saw. I saw a show last year, and it was a brother and sister team that have both starred on Broadway, and they were very good. And I recognized every song they sang. I just didn't recognize them. So it's an enjoyable show. But I don't know these people. But what I do know are the performers that perform at the Flower and Garden Festival coming up in the spring. So what I thought I'd do is talk about that instead, because that's more interesting to me. So let me unshare this. Again, I just announced what I'm doing. Okay. So here we go. Starting in March 4th and 5th, Peebo Bryson, who I guess is new, a new performer to the Epcot festivals, because it says the word new on here. Peebo Bryson has a Disney connection because he sang the pop version of A Whole New World along with somebody else, and I can't remember who that is. But so that'll be cool. He's legendary. March 6th, the orchestra starring former members of ELO. First of all, it's sad that they have to call themselves that. Jeff Lynne, the founder of ELO, I guess probably has the rights to that name, Electric Light Orchestra. So these guys are forced to call themselves the orchestra starring former members of ELO. But I like ELO, so I bet that's a pretty good show too. I'll say this, though. Every show I've ever seen on that stage has been pretty good. Even acts that I didn't particularly have a fondness for, I thought they put on a good show. It's just fun to be there. For the previous festival, well, not the previous one, but for Food and Wine, I think it was Food and Wine, I saw Tiffany. I didn't think I'd like that, but she put on a good show. Who else? We saw... who's the Sawyer Brown? Is that the name of the country act from Star Search 30 years ago? They put on a good show. I don't know a single song by them, but they were fun to watch. Anyway, even the Broadway shows of the people I don't know they're great shows. Haven't seen one I haven't liked yet. March 10th and 12th is the Guess Who, Canada's Finest. Oh, R.I.P. Neil Peart, Canada's second finest. March 17th, Starship featuring Mickey Thomas. They're always performing at Epcot. I have yet to see them, though. New to the Garden Rocks concert series is Mark Wills. I think he's a country artist, but I can't be positive. I just sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, my goodness. Gesundheit. Thank you. After Mark Wills is the Spinners. I'll just go over these quickly. Sister Hazel. The Pointer Sisters. Oh, here's another one. Former Journey lead vocalist Steve Augeri. I had to look this guy up because I didn't know where in the Journey timeline Steve Augeri came into. I don't know if I said that right. Apparently, he was after Steve Perry. And before the current guy. So the current guy, I can't remember his name. Pineda, I think, is his last name. Anyway, he's very good. I haven't seen Steve Augeri. Blood, Sweat, and Tears performing April 3rd and 4th. Expose, if you're into 80s pop music. Berlin, April 7th and 9th. After Berlin is A Flock of Seagulls, so we're hitting a nice 80s block there with Expose, Berlin, and A Flock of Seagulls. Tony Orlando, how apropos, performing in Orlando. April 14th and 16th. After him, it's Rick Springfield. Where's Dawn, by the way? Tony Orlando and Dawn. Oh, well. Remember Dawn, the one was in the TV show? Oh, no. I can't think of it. With Nell Carter. What was that called? I don't remember. It wasn't Who's the Boss? Something like that. Give me a break. Okay. After Rick Springfield, Plain White Tees, they've been there before. Don Felder, formerly of the Eagles. He's been there before, but I haven't seen him. Here's a new performer. This is kind of a big one. Don McLean, Mr. American Pie, Mr. Vincent himself. That would be a good show to see. After Don McLean, Ambrosia with Peter Beckett. I've heard of Ambrosia. They're a one-hit wonder from the 70s, are they not? But Don McLean, Ambrosia with Peter Beckett, they're both new, as well as the next one. Thelma Houston is new to Epcot. Thelma Houston sings, I think, maybe my favorite disco tune, which is, oh man, Don't Leave Me This Way. That's a good one. May 10th, new to Garden Rocks. I guess the Allman Betts Band has been to Epcot before, just not at the Flower and Garden Festival. May 12th, Air Supply. Here's a secret of mine. I saw Air Supply in concert. It was back in 1988, I think, and the Palace of Auburn Hills was set to open, and everybody was excited. The Detroit Pistons' new home stadium, no longer their stadium, but that's besides the point. I was really excited to see the Palace of Auburn Hills. Well, a friend of mine, a classmate, his older brother and fiance were going to see Air Supply perform at the Palace of Auburn Hills. They had 2 extra tickets, so they asked his brother, my friend, and myself if we wanted to go. And I had next to no interest in Air Supply, but I really wanted to see the Palace of Auburn Hills for the first time. So I ended up seeing Air Supply. I recognized a lot of their songs, of course, but it was the first concert I had been to where the audience sat down the entire time. That was new to me. It wasn't until their encore song, which I remember to this day, it was called Stand Up and Be Counted. And that's when they implored everybody to finally stand up. And it was the most raucous song of the evening. So I wonder if they'll do that one there. If you are joining the chat, I'm sorry. The chat on my screen, the one that's super easy to read, froze. So I'm relying on my phone. I see Jason from Uper Wisdom Videos. Cargo is here. Dean is here. Dreamers Empire. I see you in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. And I apologize that I can't better follow what's going on in the chat. But thank you so much for being here. I'm going over the list of artists performing, not at the next Epcot Festival, but the one in the spring, because it's more interesting to me. After Air Supply is Herman's Hermits, starring Peter Noon. They've been there a bunch. Here's one I wasn't familiar with. I actually had to look this guy up. His name is Mike Del Judas, and the band is called Mike Del Judas and Big Shot. And Big Shot was a clue, and I had a feeling what this was all about. And I was right. Mike Del Judas is a part of Billy Joel's band, or was for a while. And Mike Del Judas and Big Shot is a tribute band to not just Billy Joel, though they do a bunch of Billy Joel stuff. but a lot of classic rock as well. I saw they had a video, and I saw them perform stuff by Paul McCartney and Wings, and Journey, and a bunch of other stuff, and they sounded fantastic. These guys knew what they were doing. So, and he's got a good voice because he sings. He can sing like Billy Joel, but he also did Live and Let Die justice. So that was pretty cool. And they're new to the Garden Rocks concert series. Daughtry is new also, May 24th and 25th. The Marshall Tucker Band. If you're a fan of rock and roll flute, you only got a couple of choices, and the Marshall Tucker Band is one of them. May 29th and 30th is a band called Crowder. I had to look them up too, and I think they're a Christian band. And rounding it out, May 31st to June 1st, Survivor. So that's the Garden Rocks concert series, the one I'm more looking forward to. I know these people. But again, Epcot Festival starting on Friday, Festival of the Arts. And I think I may head there on Friday to check it out. So here we go. All right. Okay. What else? Let me. I've only got 3 minutes, so I need to promote some things here. Let's. I know Dean is here. I finally got his logo on my screen. I was super proud of myself for that. Please check out theliveplace.com for all of these family-friendly, Disney-themed live streams in our community. You can get a full list of them at theliveplace.com. Dean also has his own live streams intermittently. But everybody loves Dean. I told him that. I don't know if he believed me, but it's true. What else? Okay, tomorrow, Disney Nerd Herders at 7 p.m. every Wednesday. I'm going to be a guest on their show tomorrow. The topic of the show is what's new for Walt Disney World in 2020. What's scheduled to open? What's being worked on currently? Last week during the D&G Explorers, speak of the devil, D&G Explorers goes on after Disney Nerd Herders at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. But before we get to them, back to Disney Nerd Herders, because I'm going to be on that show. So D&G talked about what's going to be new in 2020 for Disneyland and those parks. So tomorrow, Disney Nerd Herders and I, and maybe others, I don't really know or remember, but we're going to be talking about what's new for Walt Disney World coming up in 2020. Spoiler alert, there's a lot of stuff that's opening this Friday for the Festival of the Arts. Little stuff, nothing super major, but there's a lot of stuff going on. So we'll be running down that list. So that'll be fun. So D&G Explorers will be on right after them at 8 p.m. And, they switch it up, cruising, talking about cruise ships and all that. And then Disney, and they go back and forth. And forgive me, guys, I don't remember what show will be tomorrow. But please let us know in the chat if you can. That would be fantastic. And then where are we? Oh, let me also mention, because there's only one day left, I'm part of this New Year, New You Loop giveaway. It's a contest put on by Christy from Christy's Corner, who's amazing and awesome and puts all these things together. And she's got 800 different irons in the fire. I don't know how she does it. But check out my video for this on this channel. If you haven't entered, it behooves you to do so. Each channel, there's 15 of us. We're all giving away different things, but there's certain rules you need to follow in order to enter. I'm giving away 3 things. First, this is a Food and Wine Epcot cutting board. I couldn't think of the name. Cutting board from a couple of years ago. Never used it. I've been saving it to give it away. Also, and these aren't the ones you'll be getting. These are mine. I'm giving you an unopened set of pass holder coasters. These are wooden and they're stamped with an image of Minnie Mouse, and there's 4 of them in here. So you'll be getting that as well. And the best part is my third prize, which is a More Sunshine Please pop socket. So if you're familiar with these, they go in the back of your cell phone, and they expand so it can be a stand of sorts. You can use it to, like the sketch on the package here, you can use it to get a better grip on your phone. You can put it between your fingers like that. And it has my logo on there, so that's all you really need it for. But yeah, so, okay, 8:01. So let's get off the show, and everybody head on over to Mouse Talk. It's a Sunshine Nation invasion. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I will see you next week, Tuesday, 7:30 for my live stream, but more immediately, I'll see you tomorrow, 7 o'clock on the Disney Nerd Herders channel. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. See you over at Mouse Talk. Bye, everybody. Ending broadcast.